All right, we have some very great news here. Well, for the markets at least, futures are up because it looks like Trump has agreed to push the deadline back for the China tariffs. Now, I want to go over that news. It came out a few hours ago, and I'm going to talk about the stocks I'm going to be looking at tomorrow with that and kind of what I'm expecting for tomorrow because this is interesting news. So I'll get into that. Make sure you guys, there's a card up here and even in the link, the first link in the description, the live streaming channel, we're going to be trading this tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. So make sure you guys are there. But let's get into this. If you even go and, all the news articles, it came out a few hours ago. Of course, Trump let us know through a tweet. But there's a few key things to look for because now my first question of this is usually it's buy the rumor, sell the news. We've been going up coming into this whole time. So now the question is that going to occur here? Is it going to hold up? Is it going to lead to a rip or is it going to come down? But I'm thinking we're going to be heading more towards the upside here. We're breaking, it's a key technical level for all you technical traders. But then beyond that is China and how they're responding. One, the Shanghai Composite coming into their lunch break, it's already up 3.3%. And, coming in, looking at the yearly chart, Shanghai's it kind of looks like Bitcoin, kind of breaking that trend. So maybe even then, I've showed this chart before. Go look at the Shanghai Composite and go compare it to Bitcoin and you'll see something there. But as I've said in the other video, because I said, if these trade talks didn't go through, if, we were about to hit the delay and that was on, it's February 24th, that was going to be March 1st. If we didn't have the delay met or if it wasn't pushed back, I gave the 3 scenarios and this was one of them and he did just that. It was just a straight, they pushed it back, no shame. And the politics behind it is interesting because on Friday, the news from Lighthizer talking about the memorandum of understandings, which is basically like a basic agreement of, okay, we're going to do this. And they have been, China and US have been putting stuff in writing, but at the end of the day, Lighthizer and Trump were actually going back and forth. It didn't look good, but the interesting part about this now, he came out straightforward, and some people have already commented in the financial community. He let out the news and tweeted about this 15 minutes before the futures opened, and they gapped up. And some people, it was reminiscent of 2008 and how that's what would happen on Sundays, and they would try to push any good news right before open or right before close on even Fridays. So pretty interesting to say there. Those are the theories, and people are already saying, because again, the question is, will this hold? And that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. I'm more bullish for tomorrow if the market takes it. However, we could see it if it is one of those buy the news, sell the rip. But again, looking at China, and again, the last part is the Forex, the Chinese currency. This is what I brought up. As it strengthened, this has been the key, and this is what a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, before this agreement was made, this was a key part signaling that this was going to happen. It was when China agreed to it, that, Trump said that they have an agreement for the, they're going to China was going to stabilize the yuan. And that's what we saw, the currency's getting stronger, when it was weakening, this is how China would offset the tariff. So in this case now, this is kind of all showing us the strength. And I think if this continues to strengthen, China closes out higher, who knows, if China even closes up another 2%, it could be a bullish day tomorrow. But again, the key, trading it, going back to the futures is going to, is where we gap up and if it holds. But this 2,800 level on the S&P, very, very interesting, both technically. That's when a lot of the drama and the sell-off started to occur. So that's important. So that's that news. And that is probably going to be the primary driver of a lot of things going on tomorrow and other news we're going to see. I haven't pulled up the calendar yet. We'll be going over that. But right now, Asia stocks, China stocks, they're doing good. So that being said, let's look into the plays that I'm looking for tomorrow. There's some from the video that are going to remain the same that I'm interested from the last video I made on Friday. But now this is going to bring in another interesting part that I'm going to look at. So let's go to the plays here. So first play, Craft is number one because this is going to, and each one of these kind of has, I have Baba here. That's the next one. I'm going to give you guys that, but I have 4 other plays related to this. It's kind of like if you guys have watched me play NVIDIA or seen how I've gone about that. But here with Craft, it's a value stock, so I want to see how it reacts to tomorrow, if tomorrow is positive, and kind of where it goes from here. But the fact it's a value stock, and doing some of the fundamental analysis, if you guys went back and saw, this was a one-time write-off on the charges. I think it's definitely a bad sign. However, it's still, I don't think it should be this cheap on it, but I'm looking to enter in Kraft at some point. It might not be tomorrow, but watching how that plays, what's going to be related to Kraft is going to be your Walmarts. And again, you're like, how are you relating Kraft to this? But again, I'm viewing the broader value stocks, and that's going to be the key tomorrow. If we see tech and energy and financials go up, but then also how these value stocks like Walmart, one of my other favorites, McDonald's, and then Starbucks, and these types of companies, these dividend payers, stuff like that. That's the one level. Next, Tesla. I think a Tesla just blew up. Actually, that's just the icing on the cake. But they have interesting news on both sides. That they had the drop from the NSB, whatever, the consumer board. They dropped the rating on the Model 3, and even people have been talking about the bond repayments that are due with Tesla and these certain levels, and it needs to either go up or down, and it's at a crucial point, is what they'll say. So Tesla is going to be interesting, and I'm even I'm playing it. I have a shorter term put, and also I sold premium on it. But watching how this plays out, and again how this holds up against the market. Tomorrow is going to be a key, really paying attention to what goes up, what gaps up with it, and then also what comes down. And again, even though I'm talking very bullish here, there is the full scenario that it's still pretty early. Come tomorrow morning, futures could sell off and it comes down in the market. Again, maybe they do sell the news, but it does seem fairly optimistic now is what I'm trying to say. But that's Tesla. Last is Roku, and I'm connecting this one to Netflix too. I'm going to watch those, see how tech, and again, I'm going to compare Roku and Netflix, and then seeing Amazon's been doing its own thing. That's something to watch. But then I want to see how Google and Facebook comparatively, because it seems like Netflix and these TV streaming ones are kind of in their own lane and doing stuff. And I think Roku had a really good earnings. I like that, fundamentally. And I just want to see how this works. And even Wayfair and anything that went up a lot on Friday, we want to see now, do they gap up with this stuff, or do people rotate out of that and kind of put money into the other better stocks that aren't up as much, and we see these kind of stall out? And then lastly, and this is now going to be the major key as far as the plays go, Alibaba, and not just Alibaba, but all of the Asian stocks, because again, with the Shanghai Composite up 3% right now, I want to see if that is sustained and if that continues to go up. But then some of these stocks could go up a lot. And related to Walmart, they went down. JD has gotten crushed. And, it's been getting a lot of them are coming back up lately. But JD, they have on the real long-term chart, they have a long way to go up. And it's been looking very, very good. Baba, again, all of them are, this chart, it looks like the Shanghai Composite on a better level. It didn't get hit as much. But the ones to look, JD, Baba, Baidu, and my least favorite is going to be YY. But as you see here, out of all those, and kind of the lesson I talked about with the options trading coming in, Baidu might be the best bet. But again, Baidu, look towards Google and that. I forgot they did have, I think it was bad earnings, but another bad piece of news. But seeing how this plays out, if it just gets hit on the hype and it starts going up, Baidu will probably be the best one, that it's going to open up cheaper, or the options even on those shorter term or the midterm ones are probably going to be cheaper. But we have to see. And tomorrow for the option traders at open, how things play out is going to be very, very crucial. And what I mean by that is in the sense of, is there going to be implied volatility in the morning? How high is it going to be? And that is going to be, how crucial it is with the gap. But that's going to be the main thing. Oh, and I guess I'm going to put it up too. And this is actually going to be the last one. I'm going to be looking at Boeing. I'm down. I think I'm like $14 in the money on the covered call. I'm down. So I've been holding this. I want to see how this reacts too. And, this is one of those plays, as much as it would kill me to say it, this is going to be one of those plays that could move tomorrow. But it's been up so much. That is the key. And as you see, there's some stocks that haven't moved as much, but these ones kind of near the top, it's either they break through this level and we go crazy here for the next couple weeks until some other bad news, maybe a March budget deficit news, something of that nature, or they kind of show some resistance here. But again, the attitude is good. The VIX is low. So we're going to see. So Stay tuned. Make sure you guys are on the stream. That's it. Let me know any questions you guys have about this. I'd love your take. How many of you expected this? I think I asked this on the first video, and a lot of people were on the boat that we kind of did expect this. So that's why, again, how is the market going to react? So maybe I'll ask you guys this. Do you think it's going to gap up or down? Do you think it's going to hold the gap and we break? Or do you think it's going to go down? So I'd love your guys' opinion. Have a good rest of your weekend. Get a good night's sleep, and I will see you in the morning. Peace.